How you doing, guys? This is Richie. Huck, Big Bad World by Mark Millar, and the art by Rafael Albuquerque. So this is the second series. I missed the first series. I didn't read it, but I read some of his stuff in, there was a series where all these characters accumulated and fought. Anyway, I decided I'll pick this one up. I kind of knew what Huck was. Now, he was created, there was like some witch, I believe, that let certain people sip off of her brew and it gave them all superpowers. Now, he's strong, he's fast, and he can find people. Like, that's his gift. He could track people unusually well, like crazy. Super nice guy, very polite, but slow mentally. All right, so let's get into Huck, number one, Big Bad World. Ukraine, 1976. You need to see this. It's crazy. I don't get it. This old stupid house. And the kids come in here and there's the witch. And there's her brew. Are you a witch? She said, just be a good girl and eat up. I like this art. So the kids are relaxing. Now the cops are here. Boom. And the mother wakes up. Huck, is that you? No, your son is 500 miles away helping some missing sailors. My name is Dr. Jack Harper, and I wondered if we could have a word. So, 500 miles away, Huck is trying to save these people. And he says to him, you know how hard it was to find you? I brought some sandwiches. And the guys are like, what the hell? So, Huck rescues him. And there he goes. He's on the run again. And he's super fast, and he's just happy and enjoying life, and helping as many people as he can. Jumps on top of an 18-wheeler to catch a ride. He says, guess who's got a little gift for his girlfriend? Now, he's in love with this woman. But, there's always a but. She's in love with some dirtbag guy. And she has a kid, and she's pregnant by this guy. And she's trying to tell him that no, she's going back to this guy, and he's about to be heartbroken. She says, just Mika's dad came back this afternoon, and he wants us to go on tour with his band. And already you could tell poor guy's heartbroken, probably never had a girlfriend, he's a little slow. He says, but he left you. And she says, well, he's back and we're taking off tonight, Huck. Sorry. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. So right out the gate, poor guy gets his heart broken. So his mom, Marina Kozar, that's her name, is talking with this doctor. So there's a large community of you out there, and I don't just mean these individuals that have been showing up. So all these superpowered people, they have different types of powers. None of them are the same. I mean, super people have been around just as long as you, and maybe even longer. How do you know this? And he says, because I met one 30 years ago. Her name was Sophia. She saved my life when the car went off a bridge. So 30 years ago, this superpowered girl saved this guy's life. She just happened to be there when he drove off a cliff. What great pages. I like that color, that purple haze over everything for the underwater effect. Said it was like an old Disney cartoon. So they sat around, they talked, and then she disappeared. And he said, but I spent my entire life looking for her. She was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. So he was in love right away. And now he's trying to search her down. So he's trying to enlist Huck to help him. If anybody can find her, it'll be Huck. So Huck needs like something that the woman owned or wore, or he needs like clues. He has to touch them, and he starts to get a sense. She says, I just can't believe Huck and I aren't the only ones out there. And he says, far from it, ma'am. And then it flashes back to the witch. Do you think these people could explain what happened to me? I don't know, but I'm willing to spend good money if Huck needs some kind of down payment from me. She says, he doesn't care about money. You can ask him yourself if you stick around. She goes, that's him coming into town now. So he's running super speed, and it's a good way to show motion. My boy's been doing good deeds all day, because that's what he does. He just helps people constantly. So here he is. He shows up. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to catch my breath. He tried to get there in time to catch her before she left. She goes, so this dude, this dirtbag says, get Mika in the car, baby. I'll handle this a-hole. He says, oh, Huck, good to see you again. I'm back now, so they don't need you anymore. Now, I don't want to make a scene. Why don't you and I talk privately? He says, exactly. Now go home and get to bed and forget about my girlfriend. Your one good deed today should be disappearing. Oh, he's treating the guy horribly. Poor Huck. A few hours later, he's just standing around. He's in like a cornfield or something. And the mother tries to comfort him. And she says, Zoe's mother told me everything. This wouldn't end well. That girl is a complicated person. In other words, she's, you know what. Now, I'm guessing this gentleman needs some help, and whatever it is, I'll do everything I can, but you have my word. But if I could just have a couple minutes. And he says, sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. Thank you, sir. I'll only need 5 minutes. And then he looks at the little teddy bear that he bought for the girl. That's issue number 1. All right, issue number 2. Same team, Mark Millar, Rafael, Albuquerque. Cool cover. So, Chicago. Plan starts off with this guy blasting off some rounds. And he's killing people. And he's eating and like very casually just killing people. And it flashes to San Diego. There's somebody drowned. Detroit, bullet in the head. Texas, a guy's hanging. New Orleans. He comes in and kills him. He tells the guy it's going to look like a stroke when they do the autopsy. He's, who are you? Why are you doing this? The other gift is invisibility, so he could make himself invisible. So he's doing this for his uncle. And he says, just one more kill, and then your favorite uncle is going to send you on that nice vacation. You've more than earned it. So he's like some type of mob boss. And there's Huck in the back of the truck, looking depressed. He ain't looking too good. So they're trying to find this woman that he loved, the old-timer loves. So, and she sounds like a very troubled person. They're still talking about the girl who broke Huck's heart. He says he seems pretty confident the bullets made contact, and sometimes that's enough. A little connection can be all he needs. And he's surprised that Huck's taking it because it's not going to be easy. And just Huck screams, stop. He's here, Mom. I can feel it, but there's so many other voices in the city. What are you looking so happy about? I just can't believe we're this close. All these years I've been looking. It's like a dream. And he says, I'm not killing this one, Uncle Louie. Why not? Because you know my rules. I don't kill women and I don't kill children. We had an arrangement. Well, he says, I think it's time to expand your horizons. So he wants him to kill the girl that Huck's looking for and her kid. And it's kind of going beyond what this guy's willing to do. Oh, no, not the one. I don't think it's... These are just some other people he wants him to kill. They only want her dead because she's doing something decent. And he's getting pissed off at his uncle. You know what happens next. You can do what you like to me, but I'm never going to talk. Louis Abroza was a very tough cookie, and you would do well to remember that. He says, how could I forget? So he's talking, and sure enough, boom, Huck finds the killer. And out of nowhere, blasts him through the window. As soon as he hangs up the phone, he says, Lorenzo, and he crashed right through the window. Good action. And slams him down on top of a car and starts beating him down. He says, I'm sorry I had to do that, but I heard you kill people for money. And I'm afraid that means we have to hand you over to the police. He goes, oh, you didn't expect that, did you? He turned in, I'm fast, strong, and I can turn invisible. Let's see you take a swing at a guy you can't see. So already he's presenting problems for Huck. And he says, my superpower is finding anyone. So his invisibility isn't going to do nothing. But he could create these weird force fields, and he's trying to choke them out. So I know who you are. You're that guy I saw on TV, the one doing good deeds. What do you want with me? And then the mother's gift, when she touches people, she can control them. So she grabs the guy by the shoulder and she says, to find out why you're murdering people. So everybody's calmed down. And he says, my uncle's a crime boss. And he's putting me up to this. Don't you want to be doing this? He says, hell no, I was an accountant. I thought I could trust him because he was family, but he's been using me for 5 years now. I lie awake every night, eating guilt. He says, why don't you go to the cops? He says, because he'll execute her, don't you understand? All I need is her full name. So Huck's going to go find her so she doesn't get executed and he could come clean with the cops. And sure enough, the guy goes back to his uncle and he's pissed. Are you out of your mind? Whatever you do to me, Bianca gets it 10 times worse. He says, I'm afraid that isn't going to happen. They got his daughter. So Huck found her on a farm with your brother-in-law, 5 miles outside the city, and the guy knows he's in trouble. So you kill me, I don't care, blah, blah, blah. Actually, there's been enough killing. I'd rather see you go to jail. And he throws him down. I used to be an accountant before you forced me to work for you. I kept some very meticulous records, and the cops will be interested. So he's turning in the whole organization. At least he got his daughter back, but he's killed a lot of people, so I don't know how they're going to handle him. So he says, so where do you guys go from here? So he just gets to walk free? That's odd. But I guess what can you really do to the guy? He's super strong. He can turn invisible. But maybe since he's handing in all the mob guys that, maybe they'll let him off. I was a little disappointed you didn't know the lady I was looking for. I've been looking for Sophia for 30 years. And he said, I'm sorry, dude. I've never even heard of her. Huck's the only other super people I've ever met. So they're going to look on some other leads. And can I ask you guys a question before you go? He says, I know this sounds crazy, I'm asking, but I need to know this wasn't just me. How do I say this? But did you get your powers from the old witch too? And then it flashes to the old witch with her bowl of whatever it is that's giving people superpowers. So, Huck, number 2. Number 1, it's up to issue number 5. I have them all. We'll go through all of them. But I figured I'd give a look through on those 2. Good story. It gets better, too, as it goes along. It gets a little slow, but where I'm at now in the series is great. I'm loving it. Can't go wrong with Mark Millar and Rafael Albuquerque. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one.